So I've just come off a call with an accountant who is talking to me about our co-pilot and tracking option that we have that I know I've talked to you guys about. We've mentioned it. We've got a page on it. We've got a video on it. We've got all this great stuff. And this was an accountant who's got a quote from us on some one-off stuff, some design work, some landing pages, and we talked about how important it is to be tracking your marketing numbers and how important it is to know, like, doing some one-off design and some great landing pages, helping with your website, whatever, that's good. But we were talking about how important it is to be tracking marketing numbers on a regular basis and knowing what you're doing marketing wise and why, and what marketing decisions you're making and how important that is. And this particular accountant said, listen, I get this. I know this is really important, but can I just sign up for the one-off stuff and I'll look at the co-pilot later? And I said, of course you can, but why would you not want to know what your marketing numbers are as soon as possible so that you can make better decisions as soon as possible? I said, this is one of those where you think it's not just the cost, because it had to do with cost. And I'm going to walk through a couple of the things that she said and questions that she asked. Great questions, good objections. We've been talking a lot in PF about the objections and concerns and fears that accountants have, and they're good ones and they're valid and real. But she was saying this is a big cost, and I realize you guys asked for a 12-month commitment, and I know why, but and I add that up, and $295 over 12 months, that's $2,500, and suddenly it's sounding like a big commitment. And what was really interesting is this particular accountant is a Go Proposal member. Now, for those of you who are Go Proposal members, you have already dealt with this whole scenario from your side, from the accountant side, with your clients. You have had clients come to you and say, I realize you're saying I need monthly management accounts. I realize you're saying that just the accounting and bookkeeping is not enough if I'm not looking at the overall pattern and where my business decisions are taking me and how I can make better business decisions based on the profit numbers and the sales numbers and the cash flow numbers, and get your help and guidance as to what those mean. So what we started talking about, me and this accountant, was how do we apply that thinking to marketing? This is why PF has created what we call this co-pilot and tracking, because we realized that as we help accountants with marketing, the number one thing everybody's trying to figure out is, what marketing things can I do that will get me the best results? And we've always said, well, it's the long-term game and you got to keep plugging away and it's big picture and you got to do some of this stuff for a year or two before you see changes trickling in. And that's all true. And we stand by that, and it is a long-term game and all your marketing works together. It is also true, though, that the more often you review the numbers, the marketing numbers, and the more attention that you pay to those, and the more you get expert help and guidance as to what those numbers mean and how you can quickly adjust to make better marketing decisions, the better your marketing decisions are, the more inquiries you get, the more leads you get, the more proposals go out, the more proposals are signed, and or the better inquiries, leads, proposals, sales. So one of the questions that she asked me was, well, can you guarantee me that when I go through this process and I commit to 12 months with you guys and I get these co-pilot and tracking numbers and I get a call with my client marketing manager every month, that my inquiries will go up? And I said, well, first, we stand behind the marketing map, and you've probably seen it. You can go and look at it on the PF website. We stand behind the marketing map, which is our visual reflection of the process that you need to go through as an accountant in order to get the highest level leads and inquiries and the best clients coming to you. And that marketing map, the training, brand, website, plan, consistent marketing for at least 1 to 2 years, and then high level lead generation work, works every time. All the firms who go through that marketing map are getting those kind of results. But the reason the map works, it works for the accountants who invest themselves in marketing. So they get expert help from PF. but they also invest themselves in marketing. They learn, they get training, they ask good questions, they write their own content. So I said, we're not necessarily in the business of guaranteeing you enquiries or leads. I think that's an old school way of doing marketing, really, to say you work with us and we guarantee. It's not about guaranteeing number of, like I said, your enquiries might even go down. You might even get fewer enquiries, but they're better ones and they sign up faster. Maybe the buyer cycle moves faster. So what I can guarantee you is that the marketing map works. I can't give you a time frame, but the reason we ask for a 12-month commitment on the Copilot tracking is because we know that you're going to be tempted 3 months in, 6 months in, even 9 months in to go, oh, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is working. And, we've had kind of a hard month. We had to let a client go because they didn't value the work they're doing with us and they weren't paying the right amount. And that was all fine. But, money's a little tight, or we're hiring. We've hired a couple more team members. And so, we got to be careful there. And we've learned that you're going to be tempted to look at the short term, whereas with marketing, you have to look at the long term. You've got to look at the patterns and the consistencies over time. That's why you've got to be doing these numbers and keep doing them and keep reviewing them so that you can continue making the best marketing decisions. So that was one of the things that she asked was, can you guarantee this? Another question was, 12 months is a big commitment. If I take $295 and I multiply that over 12 months and I start thinking about how much money that is, plus I was thinking of doing other stuff with you guys, so then that's another $1,000 or so a month, and this is all starting to add up and sound like a lot of money. And what I would encourage you again at that point is to put your mind in the place of when you're talking to your clients and you're advising what you believe the best thing is for them. And instead of looking at the cost, when you think about $295 a month, which is what the current pricing is, when you think about that and what you spend 100 quid here and 60 quid there and 99 pounds there, and it all kind of adds up, the $295 is not really the issue. The issue is, what you're rightly asking yourself is, what am I getting for this $295? What's this going to deliver for me? And so what we did is in the conversation, we turned that round and said, what is the cost to you if you don't do this? What is the cost to your marketing and to your decisions and to what you hope to achieve if you're waiting to track the marketing numbers, to set marketing goals, to get expert advice and guidance and direction from PF and from your client marketing manager on a monthly basis, to be able to quickly adjust and say, our Google Analytics numbers show that this blog is really popular, or nobody's going to this page, or we're getting lots of people filling in this form, but then no one's doing anything after. Or, wow, look at our Instagram numbers, or our Instagram numbers aren't doing anything. Whatever the numbers tell you, you can adjust. We've got clients who begin to check their tracking weekly. Now, we look at it monthly with you, but they're doing it on their own, just checking weekly and making adjustments even faster. It's the same thing as what you're helping your clients with in their numbers, their financial numbers for the business. They use something like Xero or QuickBooks, and they're able to look at their sales and their profits a lot more often even than monthly. And of course, you know that monthly is the best. One of the things we looked at with the Copilot and tracking was offering monthly or quarterly. And we just got rid of quarterly. We said quarterly isn't going to do you any good. Quarterly is way too, for marketing especially. For marketing numbers, if you're looking at Instagram numbers that are 3 months old, Instagram could be a totally different social platform in 3 months. Same with any of them. Marketing changes so fast, you have to change with it. So the question you ask yourself about the Copilot tracking is, what is the cost to my business and the marketing decisions I'm either going to make or hold myself back from making because I don't have the data? What's the cost to my business for not doing that? For the $295 a month and the direction and the help and the support and the having somebody on my side for marketing, what am I missing? What am I not getting if I put that off? So what this particular accountant was saying was, okay, well, yeah, let's just do the one-off stuff. And then maybe in August, September. And I said, that's fine. But if you start, when I say that means it's not really fine, but that's fine if you do, although it's not fine. But it's fine in the sense that, okay, you put that off to August or September or October. If you start now, today, and you start getting your numbers and you start figuring out what you need to be tracking and you start looking at what's working and what isn't, in 3 months' time, you're going to have a lot of data. You're going to be able to set goals better. You're going to already be adjusting. You're going to be getting better things happening, and you're at least going to be learning more about your marketing along the way. If you wait for 2 or 3 months to start, it's going to take us a little while to build that up. So say you put it off till September, and we use September to get going, get started, start tracking, start looking at it. September, October, it's going to be about November by the time you're starting to see all these patterns and begin to really tweak some of your decisions. You can do it instantly, but it's going to take a few months to kick in. And then if you put off till October, it's going to be Christmas or maybe after Christmas. You put off to November, you're talking next February and March. What's the cost to your business, your accounting business, the longer you put that off? What was really encouraging to me is as you start to think this through, you start to work through the process in your own mind of what you want and how this is going to help you make decisions and how you're going to involve the team. We've got clients that have an intern or an assistant or somebody, and they're using the Copilot tracking to make sure that that intern or that marketing assistant or that marketing person is delivering, knows what they're supposed to be delivering, and is able to see the big picture. I'm just checking to see if there are any other questions or objections that she had that we talked about. But I think they all kind of fit into the same, which is it's a big commitment. Can I do it later? And I just want to encourage you, if that's where you are, if you're thinking this is a big commitment or a small commitment, but there's time required. That was the other one. I didn't write that down. The other one was, I know this is going to require time from me, and I have all these things going on, and I don't want to commit to something and not have the time. And I think the question for that one is, again, what's the cost of delay? Like, when are you going to have the time? When are you suddenly going to be like, gosh, really don't have much to do. The team is just doing everything. We get more leads than we know what to do with. And I'm really kind of twiddling my thumbs here. I guess I'll contact PF and now we can kick off the Copilot. Of course, that's not going to happen. You got to have the Copilot and the tracking and the calls and the numbers, and you got to put in a little extra effort and a little extra time in order to get to that beautiful place. So if you're fondly imagining that one day you will be in this beautiful place where you have time to deal with it, that place is going to happen because you've signed up to this and you've invested a little time. Now, it is going to require some time from you, but the good news is we're doing everything possible on our side to reduce the amount of time that you have to spend on faffy little details like, getting logins. I mean, you are going to have to give logins and LastPass and all this stuff to your client marketing manager. That's just a given. That's just going to have to happen. But it's our job to take that all and put it into the G Sheet and create a beautiful report for you and send you the report with a video and explain what it is that our key highlights are and have the call with you. So yeah, there's a little bit of investment of your time at the beginning, but then you'll get into this lovely pattern where every month you have a call with your client marketing manager. You get the report and a video from them first. You review it, you write down your questions, you identify what you want to talk about, and then you have the call with your client marketing manager. You go through the report. You say, I don't understand this. What does this number actually mean? I don't know what this term means. You're just very honest about that, and you have a great conversation, and they suggest some marketing decisions. You ask some good questions. That's where the investment of time goes. You have an hour with your client marketing manager, and then you know where to put your marketing time. That's the thing that excites me the most about what Copilot and tracking does for the clients who are using it, and for you once you sign up to use it, is you are going to be spending time on marketing. What we're trying to help you do, what we are helping you do, not just trying, we are helping you to do, is where do I put that time so that it's for the best for me, it's the best for my clients and prospects, and it's the best for my firm, and the results then bear that out. So those are my thoughts just from one conversation. Actually, there's not just one conversation. That was one conversation, but all of these things come from lots of other conversations we've had. We have been offering the Copilot tracking now for, I think it's about 8 or 9 months we've been doing this. We've been doing it in small ways for a year or two before, but now we've gotten serious and we actually have a report template. And we have all this stuff laid out, and the team are really great at doing this. And I'm really excited that the firms that are doing this, they're the ones that are most invested. They're the ones that are getting the best kind of inquiries and clients. And they're the ones that are coming to us a year later going, I literally have too many leads. All of my leads are good quality. So how do I qualify those? How do I create a waiting list? How do I do the oversubscribe thing? And that is a wonderful problem that you will have later. So I encourage you to sign up for the Copilot as soon as you're ready to get going with the process that will lead you to making better marketing decisions. And if you want to chat it through with your client marketing manager, just drop them a line or send an email to info@theprofitablepirm.com. And otherwise, if you're ready to go, the info's there on the Copilot page, and you can click the button and get going and be all the closer to the better marketing decisions you're going to make and the better clients that you're going to get. Have a great day. Bye.